One. Hey, college coaches. This is Coach Anthony Williams, founder and CEO of Connected Athletics. We are a new startup company based in Austin, Texas. We have created the Spotlight podcast to highlight student athletes that are currently going through the recruiting process, especially now with this new COVID-19 recruiting cycle and the NCAA dead period being extended. We are hoping to provide value for both the high school student athlete prospect and college coaches with these kids not being able to get on campus. We want to help you get to know them better as people, as student athletes, learn more about their families, and learn more about what they hope to enable football to do and get them a nice education. We have got a really good prospect that I've got a chance to know here in the last couple months during the camp season. Matthew Davila is a class of 23 wide receiver out of McNeil High School here in the Austin Round Rock area. He's 5'9", 155 pounds, has a great GPA of 3.7, and he was part of the honor roll. Matthew, how you doing this afternoon?
Doing great. How are you?
And thanks for taking time out to come on the podcast and share your story. Obviously, got a chance to watch you at the Texas Showdown FBU camp up in Plano. Got a chance to meet you and your mom, and you got a chance to meet my son Aaron, who is also a McNeil grad. Tell these coaches what you've been doing during this pandemic to stay in shape for the upcoming season.
I try to work out about every day. Try to mix it up between field workouts, weight workouts. When I go to the field, I try to work on my routes, my speed, footwork, and with weights, just all around strength.
Okay, good stuff. The number one thing coaches want to know about prospects, especially the young ones here in the class 23 going into your sophomore year, is the academics. You've got the strong GPA there. Tell these coaches about the importance that you put on your academics.
My grades are very important. I'm always going to put grades first because, grades they'll get you further. Getting a degree can get you further. It can get you into that job you want, whatever.
Absolutely. And with you being at McNeil High School, a very competitive school from an academic standpoint, tell us, do you have favorite subjects that help drive that GPA?
Favorite subjects are probably math and science.
Okay, good stuff. And then also tell us, take this time to shout out some of your favorite teachers that have made learning fun and that have made an impact on your academic life.
My biomed teacher, Miss Teague, my geometry teacher, which is actually my coach, Coach Reynolds, my English teacher. I think that's about it.
Okay, good stuff. I appreciate you shouting them out. It's good to have teachers that understand the path that you're on and helping you and then making learning fun. One thing that college coaches also want to understand is what type of learning style you have, both as a student and as an athlete. Would you consider yourself more of a verbal, visual, or hands-on learning style?
I'd say probably all three, but visual and hands-on are probably best ways for me.
Okay, good stuff. And I know you're just not going into your sophomore year, but have you had a chance to sit down with your parents and decide what you might want to major in when you get to college?
I want to major in business. I'd love to own a business when I get older, be an owner of something.
Is there a specific focus in business that you want to focus on? Finance, accounting, marketing, sales? Have you made up your mind there?
Probably marketing.
Okay, that's what I meant. That's good stuff. Hey, let's switch over to you a little bit, learn about you personally. Tell us about your family. Tell us about your mom and dad, what they do, and tell us, are you an only child, the baby, the oldest? Tell us a little bit about your family.
I love my family, my mom and dad. They're divorced, but they're very supportive of me. They support everything. I'm an only child, no siblings. Yeah.
Okay, good stuff. And then tell us a little bit about you as far as what you like to do in your spare time when you're not working out or you're not playing football. Tell us about some of your hobbies. You like to hunt, fish, be out on the lake, hang out with your friends. What do you do in your spare time?
I like to be outdoors. I like to fish, go swimming, hang out with friends, hang out with family. Those kinds of things.
Okay, are you a video game guy? You like to spend, do you play any 2K or Madden or Fortnite or Call of Duty?
I'm not a big video game guy, but whenever I do play video games, it's like Call of Duty or Madden.
Okay. And then as coaches get to know you better, Matthew, what apps do you spend most of your time with? Are you a Twitter guy, Instagram, TikTok, Snap? Which ones do you spend a lot of time in?
Mostly Instagram and Twitter.
Okay. And then also tell us a little bit about your music tastes. There's a lot of different music being played in locker rooms and in football. Who are some of your favorite artists and what kind of music you like to listen to when you're working out or in pregame?
I like Lil Baby, Lil Uzi, 21 Savage, guys like that.
Okay. Tell us what kind of player are you in pregame? Are you the guy that's running around, bang your head against other people's helmets or into the wall? Or are you kind of quiet in the corner going over your assignments for the upcoming game?
Um, I'm more of a quiet guy. I like to focus on what I need to do in the game. Focus on like visualize what I'm gonna do, when, where on the field.
Okay. And then you guys also you have a new head coach here, Coach Scott. Tell us a little bit about how you're getting to know him as you move into the season.
Getting to know him. He's really cool. He's a really nice guy. Got to be around him a lot when we had our strength and conditioning camp before it got canceled early in the summer. Um, he's really good. I think we're gonna have a good season with him.
Good. Good. Yeah, I've heard some good things about him. He obviously had a great track record over at Vandegrift. So shout out to Coach on doing a good job and helping rebuild the Maverick program. Tell me also a little bit about, are you a shoe guy? How's your shoe game? Are you getting ready to go back to school here pretty soon? Are you a big shoe guy or no?
Yeah, I'd say I'm pretty big shoe guy. I like shoes.
What are you rocking? First day of school, whenever they get back on campus, what are you wearing?
Probably some Air Forces, all white Air Forces.
Okay, I like it. And then tell us, do you have a favorite author or actor or actress, in your spare time when you're watching movies or reading books? Do you have a favorite author or actress or actor?
No, sir, I do not.
Okay. Have you been watching, do you watch a lot of Netflix during this pandemic, staying inside?
A little bit here and there. I like to watch some movies sometimes.
Okay, good stuff. Is there a certain movie or series you've been watching that you've been binging on that you enjoyed recently?
No.
Nothing really. Okay, nothing wrong with that. I call this my dream scenario question. Let's say you have a great 4 years in college and you find yourself in New York City for the NFL draft. Who is sitting at your table waiting for your name to be called?
Um, Definitely my mom, my dad, my grandma, and probably a coach or trainer.
Okay. Who do you train with?
Train with a guy named Jordan Garcia.
Okay.
He's a smaller trainer. He's more of like a friend now, getting really
Mhm.
close. It's really cool.
Okay. And he works on mostly is he working with you on speed and strength or working on you as a receiver, running your routes or both?
Uh, Pretty much both, everything. Try to get better at everything.
Good stuff. Okay. Tell us, Matthew, what do you do to give back to the community there that you live in? Are you part of your church? Are you part of nonprofits? What are you doing to give back?
I'm a part of a church, and then me and my mom like to give back to the less fortunate. Always trying to help them out, giving out supplies, giving out food, things like that.
Good stuff. Okay. Tell us, I always talk about at the camps, you've heard me say it at FBU camps, but life's gonna, eventually football is gonna come to an end and we have to make that transition to being successful in life. What does your life look like when football's over, whenever that is, whether it's after high school or after college or after experience in the NFL?
I definitely like to just be successful, be a great person all around. Hopefully own some kind of business, and yeah, just be a good person all around.
Okay. All right. Um, let's switch over to recruiting now. I know you're just now going to your sophomore year, and I always realistic with student athletes like yourself. Recruiting doesn't start until you play your first varsity down. So I know you're getting ready for that coming up this year. But tell us, what schools do you want to hear from? Are you interested in staying in state or going out of state? Give us a little bit about what you're thinking from a recruiting standpoint as you get into that.
I'm very open with recruiting. I'll go to any school, anywhere. Location, I don't think that's a problem with me. I'm not really afraid of being too far from home or anything like that. And level wise, I'll take anything D1, D2, D3, NAIA, JUCO, anything like that. I'm very open.
Okay. Now, I met your mom, very nice lady. Would she feel the same way? Does she still probably want you close in state, or she doesn't matter where you go to school to get education?
Well, she'd probably want me to stay close to home, but I think that's more of my choice.
Yeah, okay, I understand that. Hey, tell us, going into your sophomore year, what would you consider your strengths, and what are some of the things you're constructively working on as a receiver going into your sophomore year?
Strengths, I'd say probably speed, my hands, being coachable, just being an all-around athlete. Some things I could work on, probably explosiveness, my consistency, and my releases off the line. I think I could get a lot better at that.
Okay, that's an honest assessment. Tell us a little bit about, is there a certain player in college or the NFL that you pattern your game off of, or somebody that you look up to as a receiver? Who is that?
I really like Marquise Goodwin and Colin Johnson, those
Okay,
guys.
two UT guys, who one with big size and speed, the other one small. Actually, my nephew Marquise Goodwin, world class athlete, and new Philadelphia Eagles. So those are two great role models to look up to. What are parts of their game, Colin and Marquise's game, that you're trying to integrate into your game?
Definitely the way like their speed, like how they come in with their speed and their routes, their catching ability, just their like their mentality, like the way they play on the field. Off the field, they're both really good guys and all
Yep.
that.
Okay, two good role models. I think that you made good choices there. Tell us, we just talked about having a new head coach. Tell us about your building relationship with your position coach. How's that going, and what's been that experience so far?
Getting a new position coach, well, another new position coach. It's kind of different. You have to build that relationship, get to know them, they get to know you. Um, we have one wide receiver coach that's still at McNeil that stayed. He's really nice, really cool, very supportive. Loves to get us to work better, work harder.
Okay. And is there a big change in the offense, or the route tree, or the terminology as you guys transition to a new coaching staff?
Not really any big changes. I guess just like the names of stuff, numbers, things like that. Everything's pretty much the same.
Okay, that's good to know. Tell us, besides your mom and your dad, who else has had a positive impact on your life?
Um, Definitely other family members like aunts and uncles, my grandma for sure. My friends, definitely a big thing. Um, Coaches for sure. Coaches are always there. I think
Okay,
that's it.
all right. College coach, being a successful student athlete, college coaches always talk about, how you overcome adversity. Tell these coaches about a time in your life, either personally or pertaining to football, where you had to overcome some type of adversity.
Towards the end of my freshman season, started getting like some bad hip pain and some like I messed up my hamstring, and so that caused me to not be able to play. So that was really hard coming in first year freshman or high school football, sitting out a couple games because I was hurt. It was kind of hard.
Okay. Well, as you know, football, part of football is handling injuries. And the earlier you learn that, the better, because nobody goes to a full career without ever having some type of injury. So it's good that you understand how to come back from that. Matthew, tell us, when did you start? What age did you start playing football? And when did you really fall in love with playing the game of football?
I started playing football at the age of 8 and fell in love with playing football at the age of 10. After a couple years, I really fell in love with it.
Okay. And then, I know a lot of the players over McNeil. You guys have a lot of good young talent. Take this time to tell these college coaches who else on your team they should be looking to recruit.
Definitely our quarterback, Luke Hutchinson. A couple guys in the class of 23. Um, Caleb Cooper, Trayvon Swiss, DJ Jones. I think all my teammates deserve a chance. We have a lot of good talent over here at McNeil.
Okay, good stuff. And then tell us, what other sports have you played at McNeil besides football?
I run track.
Okay, what events do you run?
I run relays 4x1, 4x2, 4x4, things like that.
Okay. And college coaches love football players that run track, but tell these coaches one thing you've learned from track that makes you a better football player.
Um, well, with track and football, you have to be really explosive for both, coming out the blocks. Definitely just things with speed, staying
Okay.
focused, keeping calm.
Yep.
That.
Competing, learning how to run. Yeah, all those things. Yep. Okay. Hey, tell us a little bit about, it's a simple question, but you hear it from college coaches once you do get on campus during the recruiting process. Why do you think your game translates to the college level?
Um, I think it translates just because of like my work ethic, my mindset, just working hard, wanting to play really bad, doing whatever it takes, just grinding,
Okay.
playing hard, staying
Matthew,
focused.
do you consider yourself, can you play both the inside? I know you play the inside slot. Can you also play the outside receiver?
Yes.
Okay, good to know. And then tell us a little bit about, how do you define leadership and how do you plan on helping lead your team as a sophomore this year?
My definition of leadership would probably be getting someone better, bettering themselves, getting them just like in the direction that you want them to go, the right. That they should go.
Okay. And what else?
About leadership.
Yeah.
Um,
Like in the summer right now, I mean, you guys are trying to bond as a team with a new coaching staff. And what are some of the things you're doing to help?
oh,
Yeah.
definitely just trying to keep the guys on track, keep them working, keeping them focused. Um, keeping them positive.
Yeah,
I
because
think
it's going to be an interesting district this year. It's always been competitive, as you know in 13-6A. But now you add Hutto into the mix now, which is a very good team. Tell us about the excitement you have about playing in a new district with some new teams.
I think it's a good thing. It's new competition, new players, for every new like competition for every position. It's something new, something that it's a little bit different than playing all the other teams that we usually play.
Yeah.
So it's good for us.
Yep. Okay. Tell us also, what do you, when it comes to coachability, how do you like to be coached? You tell these coaches how you like to be coached, but what kind of coach style do you like? Do you mind a coach getting in your face and yelling and screaming and challenging you? Or do you prefer a coach talking to you kind of man to man, even tone voice, and just, hey, get out there and do your job better? Which one do you prefer?
Um, I think I'd probably prefer a coach yelling. I think that gets you like really like to understand what you need to do, what you're doing wrong. I feel like if a coach is too nice, it's like it's not really doing anything.
Okay, that's fair. Yep. And then tell us also, coaches want players who have a high competitive spirit. Tell these coaches about how competitive you are in playing football.
I think I'm very competitive. I mean, I don't like losing. I don't think anyone likes losing. No one wants to lose. But yeah, definitely want to win.
What about obviously no everybody who's played football, nobody's ever gone undefeated in football. What do you do when you lose? Do you learn from your losses and do you use it to make you better for the following week? Tell us a little bit about how you handle losing.
Sometimes losing can be a good thing. You can learn. You can learn what you need to do for the next week. Just fix your mistakes, make it better, and then just move on from it. Just forget
Okay.
about it, keep going.
Yep. Okay. Tell us as we finish up here and let you get back to your day, but we talked about the elevator pitch earlier on, and with you wanting to be in business, when you want to start a business, you have a elevator pitch, say 30 seconds in front of somebody that will either invest in your company or somebody that can give you a job. Tell these coaches your elevator pitch in 30 seconds on why they should recruit you and tell them what you're going to bring to their program in 3 years.
Um, I'd start off by saying I'm very coachable. I'm a great person. All around athlete. Love to work. Love to get better. Um, love football. Love academics. very important. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Okay. Nice and sweet and short. Well, hey, you know what? We appreciate you coming on the show. I'm looking forward to seeing you play this season here coming up. We're a few short weeks away, and we'll cross our fingers and we continue to wear masks and be safe. Looks like we will have a high school season. If you or your mom or have any questions, definitely reach out to me. And I look forward to seeing you on the sidelines of the game soon.
All right, thank you for having me.
Hey, no, thank you for your time today. Have a great day.
You too.